Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com, and beside me there's Benedict, who is, well, the apprentice taster. No, just kidding. Yeah. Today we present the Tullibardine The Murray, exclusive for the German market. And, well, we decided which whiskey is in that bottle, and I would like to tell you a little bit about how this whiskey was selected, was made.
So what is inside this bottle? It's a vintage bottle, means it doesn't carry age statement, but the vintage is when something was done. 2004, this whiskey was distilled and then casked, and in 2017, a bit early in 2017, it was bottled. So we have about 12 years, and yeah, that's a normal whiskey with non-chill filtered whiskey and no coloring. It was matured in first fill bourbon barrels, and then afterwards it was finished in Châteauneuf-du-Pape whiskey in casks. So that's something French, I suppose.
Yes. C'est vrai.
Yeah.
Châteauneuf-du-Pape is, well, a region in France, a wine region in France, and there's the town of Avignon in the Rhone Delta of the River Rhone, and there had been a second pope. Mm-hmm. Not only a pope in Rome, but there had been a second pope, as a contra pope. And, they built a new castle there called Châteauneuf. Château means castle and neuf means new, du Pape, of the Pope. And from this they got the name of the wine region, and there are typically Grenache red wines grown there, grapes. And there are a few white ones, but this was a... here, let's see. Those barrique wine casks, quite fresh, so it's a light color, fresh cut color, and here you see the red from the wine which spilled over during filling of the casks. And those casks, fresh casks, were used by Tullibardine to finish this whiskey, and Tullibardine was bought by a French company in 2011, and this company is called Picard Vins et Spiritueux, a relatively small wine company. And they invested a lot in Tullibardine, and they built a new bottling hall, and it's quite a huge premise today. They have some vintages, and we're happy to have them here, because the normal bottles from Tullibardine, typically the new ones carry no age statement. There are a few ones with age statement out there, and this is, 2004. Wonderful vintage. When they bottled, or when they took the whiskey out of the vintage cask, the first fill bourbon cask, the color was like this. Where's the white? Here's the white. Yep. And then in January 2016, whiskey looked like this. And in November 2016, the whiskey looked like this. So it already took over some color and taste as well. And the finished product, even half a year longer than this one, I think it was filled or bottled in May or June 2017. Mm-hmm. So, and this one is...
The bottle is a very nice bottle, and the color of the whiskey, the good thing is it's uncolored, so we can talk about the color. And it's nice, so you see the Murray. And the whiskey is part of the Marquess collection, and this one is the second one of the Marquess collection. And they celebrate the heritage between the distillery and the hamlet of Tullibardine. And this time it's the Murray. And the Murray is Sir William Murray, who fought in the Jacobite Rebellion, which was a Catholic uprising of the North. And they fought against, the reformed English of the South and wanted to retake the throne and have the Scottish rule over the British kingdom, which failed then in, I think it was 1715 and 1745. And there was one specialty about the Highlanders. They established something called the Highlander charge, which kind of resembled the old charge when they went with their big claymores and battle axes into battle. So they had a really, really fast charge with a broadsword and a shield. The thing was they wanted to be so fast, so they said, "Oh, we can't wear pants." Yeah, just a little side note about how the Scottish feel is behind.
Did they wear a kilt or nothing?
I don't know. Maybe kilt was optional.
So okay, today we do not taste the samples. We did that before to decide when it was the right time to bottle those casks, those finishing casks. This one is, as Benedict said in the start, unchill filtered and uncolored, 46% ABV, so quite a lot.
And nice color.
Really nice color.
So you want to say something about the 1488?
1488. So Tullibardine always shows. Here we go. Yeah. Where's the sharpness? Here's the sharpness. 1488 and a crown with it, and this was King James IV, and he stopped at Tullibardine and bought beer for his people, the accompanying in this truss. And there was no distillery then. The distilling started in 1949 at Tullibardine, so they carry this 1488 from King James IV.
It's a very, very nice freshness that you know from Tullibardine, with a lot of red fruit. So you have a lot of berries in there. For me, it's a bit of a sour on the sour berry side. Like you have a bit of raspberries. What are these small black ones called? Black currant, and the raspberries in black was they. Can't remember what they call in English. And a little bit of blackberries, and a little bit of a hint of spiciness.
Yeah, the freshness is there, and you can feel the alcohol driving the whiskey into your nose, and the freshness there. There's a lot of fruitiness, and for me, the fruitiness is a little bit like sherries. So, not sherry wine, but sherry fruit. Darker sherries, but sherries. And a little coolness from the ABV. And it's not that sweet as a sherry finished whiskey is.
You do get a lot of freshness in there as well. And also you have also a lot of berries with a little bit of a chocolatiness in there, a little bit of a cacao note in there, but it's far from being bitter. And the interesting thing is it's relatively subtle in its sweetness. You do have the berries. It's a bit of the blackberries and all that kind of stuff, and a bit of sourness, but there is not that sweetness that you know from sherry.
I find a big mouth-filling whiskey, and some spiciness on the tongue, coming probably from those French wine casks. There's no bitterness, as you said, some cocoa influence in it, probably a hint of chocolate, but not very deep and not very strong, so it's easy sipping whiskey and dangerously sipping whiskey. To sum things up, it's very interesting to see a whiskey maturing from the different samples we had, and to decide when it's enough, when to stop. Well, this depends very much on the personal taste of the producer. So if somebody says, well, I like this bitterness from the oak cask, then he would have said, well, take another 6 months in the cask to add some bitterness. And if somebody says, well, I like this grape, fresh, juicy start of the whiskey, then he would stop immediately after the time when the whiskey gave out, the cask gave out most of the color and the taste of the wine.
Yeah. So I would recommend this whiskey to someone who likes the wine and who would say, I would like to get to know what are spirits and what is a very premium spirit. So that's my recommendation, as in where to give that to someone. But if you want to buy this, unfortunately, it's not available in the international market. It's the German
exclusive to us. Yeah.
German exclusive. So if you want it, you have to travel to Germany. I've heard that Munich is nice around October. Many tourists come here for whatever reason.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want this bottle, then unfortunately you have to know someone in Germany or go to Germany and get it here. So
yeah.
German exclusive markets. You got something else?
No.
So, thank you very much for watching. If you found this video interesting, then please feel free to share it with your friends, and see you next time.